We're expecting a Second World War aeroplane to be flying over and doing circles and acrobatics and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And this guy Jim Stoodley is going to be in it, is that right?
Yes, he was a former pupil of the school who, during his time here, got up to a little bit of mischief.
Bit of a naughty boy.
Involving an aeroplane. And it's that aeroplane that we hope to see above us this afternoon.
Okay, splendid. Well, we'll be telling the full story a bit later, and hopefully we're going to interview Jim. But in the meantime, Connor, thanks for talking to us, and best of luck with the fete. It's wonderful.
Thanks for coming along.
And now, we're just about to see the fly past, and here we have Jim Stoodley's Private War, which is the book about the flight, I presume. Are you related?
Yeah, I'm Jim's son.
Are you?
I'm Jim's son, John, yeah.
Are you? He was a naughty boy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was quite. I haven't followed in his footsteps, fortunately.
So he's going to be flying over at 3 o'clock, is that right?
Presumably about 3 o'clock, between 3 and 3:15.
He hasn't stolen it this time, has he?
Not yet.
Give him time.
Give him time. Great. What's your name?
Sally.
Sally. And who are you? Oh, you're his fiancée. Okay. Congratulations. We're going to buy one of those in a minute, Steve. Right. Sorry. Who's Jim's wife? So you've got to put up with him then.
I have, yes, very much so.
What's he stolen lately?
A lot of things. Too many. Yes.
It's quite a legendary sort of exploit, isn't it? I didn't know much about it, but now I do. It's quite an amazing story.
It is.
The most wonderful, lovely life, really. I'm his sister.
Oh, you are?
Cynthia. Yes.
Hello, Cynthia.
Nice to meet you.
Look into that lens and say hello to all the viewers.
Hello.
And all the Luggage Show viewers as well.
Yes.
So, where's he flying from today?
From Thruxton.
Yeah.
He's gone over there by car.
Yeah.
He's coming over, landing back at Thruxton and coming back by car.
He's coming back. Well, maybe we can grab a little interview with him when he gets back.
About 3:30. There he is.
Jean, what's your name?
Jean McKinley.
Jean. You were there on that day, were you?
That's right.
When
yes.
he took off?
Yeah, when he took off.
Really?
Yes.
Did he know to fly it?
Well, he seemed to. Yes.
He seemed to know to fly it.
Yes,
Amazing,
he did
really.
know to fly it. Yeah.
Well,
He
there
sort of circled round us, and we just couldn't believe it.
14 he was.
That's right. Yes.
Absolutely
Yes, that's
amazing.
right.
Well,
Yes,
you could only-
it just circled round like this. We were getting some holly, it was
Yeah.
getting on towards
Yeah.
Christmas, and all of us, he was trying to chase us away, actually.
Really?
Well, he chased me. I went.
And
Did he? Sorry, what's your name?
I'm Pamela.
Hello. Hi, Pamela.
Hello.
Where are you from, Luggage?
Yeah, I was from Luggashore. Yeah, we used to live together. Used to go down there. Yeah.
Well, he's coming in quite low. He's lower now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he coming over like that? Jean, can't hold that. Is he coming over this way? Don't know.
Was he really? He always was a daredevil, was he?
Always was a daredevil. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we always knew he was up to mischief somewhere.
Well, I'm going to read his book in a minute because the books. The books are. No, I haven't read his book yet. No, so I'm going to
It's
go.
really, we've read that.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a photo of me.
There's a photo of Jean in there.
Is that Jean? You're in the book, are you? Well, the intrepid aviator has now landed. Jim, how was that flight?
Well, it was absolutely exhilarating, of course. It reminded me of the time that I flew over here in 1942 in December.
Yeah.
And the conditions seemed to be the same. It wasn't sunny, but the turbulence and all these sort of things, it was identical that day.
Same sort of height were you when you flew over?
Well, I was lower than that when I...
You were lower than that?
So, yes, of course, there's no restrictions on me then because I had no one to bother me in that regard, but this pilot had to be over a certain height.
What time of the day was it when you actually flew?
Well, I would have flown over the school. I flew between 11:30 on a Sunday morning, and we crashed about 12:05 in the afternoon. That was about 30 minutes.
So just tell me briefly, the saga from start to finish. What happened? Why did you? It says you're a one-time tearaway in the local paper,
Yeah, well,
a teenage
It
tearaway.
was a respectable tearaway, if you like. I was waiting for the Germans to come, and unfortunately they didn't come, and I had a load of arms all laid out all over Salisbury Plain, machine guns, hand grenades, and
Really?
a 50 caliber machine gun over at the back there, hid away. And I even had to go to a German Dornier that came over early one Sunday morning. But the idea was to steal this plane, and my mother set fire to my own aircraft that I was building rather. And so I was determined in the end to take off and land in France if I could, and then make my way to Germany and attack Hitler myself.
Oh, I see. What, at 14?
Yes, yes, that was in the top of my mind, you see, and I wanted to do all this. And when my engine cut out after flying for about 25-30 minutes, well, of course, I had to freewheel and crash land in some trees right at the back of the school about 2 miles away. And the idea was to steal the plane and then make my way a couple of miles away, hide the plane in Lord Moyne's property down at Corboy's farm, and then replenish the fuel, put a few arms on board, and then go to France, land in France. This was all in the mind, and then burn the plane and make my way to Germany, if you like. They wouldn't have suspected a boy of 14, so I would have probably got there. I kept my Home Guard uniform on because I thought if I get caught, I won't be shot as a spy, Geneva Convention stuff. There's no flies on me, I was quite brave, but I wasn't going to take any chances with nobody,
So where did this great escapade start? Where did you steal the plane from?
I stole the plane from the Perham Downs, which is just a mile and a half straight in that direction.
Yeah.
It was a polo field, an ex-polo field.
Yeah.
And there was 10 of these aircraft on this field. And early one Sunday morning, we planned all this because we went up there before and reconnoitered. But early one Sunday morning, we went up there and just undone one aircraft, the one with the most fuel in it, the plane called Shirley Ann, that was on the name. Yeah. And we pulled her out after a few coughs and stutters. We took off and we headed out towards Andover.
Did you know how to fly it?
Well, I watched them starting planes up. That was the most important thing. I thought, well, if I studied books, of course, I was building my own aircraft, and my mother set fire to it. Oh, right. That's the reason I stole this plane in the first place.
Yeah. But you had the basic idea of how to take off.
Indeed, I did. Yes, yeah. It was a simple thing to take off. I mean, I've been making flying model aircraft all my sort of teenage years. But the thing is with an airplane is, I suppose, the wise thing about it is once you get off, you jolly soon learn the hard way. Yeah. And that's what I did. I had a few. I went to Andover and around the bottom of Colombo Woods, and to get the experience of the feel of it. Yeah. And now, whether I'd been able to land it or not is, of course, I never was ever to prove, because when I was heading out far side of Tidworth, the engine started spluttering and I had to turn around, and we glided back over to the top of Station Road, and I managed to pancake land on the fir trees at the very top of the hill.
Well, you were lucky then, really.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we got one scratch, and that was all we got. We smashed the plane right up, but we didn't get any injury at all.
And did you get caught?
Well, no, we didn't. We ran away. There was Americans chasing us from all directions, and we ran away. And of course, two young ladies who saw us take off, they were 10 and 12 at the time. They told their mothers, and eventually the police come after me. And of course, I had to own up then, because if anything went wrong in Luggershaw, they always went, where was Jim Stoodley on that day? And that was just the simple part about it.
I think I spoke to those two ladies earlier. They were picking holly at the time.
That's
they told
right,
me.
Yes.
They're big fans of yours.
Are they?
Yes,
they wouldn't be if I'd hit them when I took off.
It's a wonderful story. So what are you up to now? I'm going to read your book tonight.
Well, you're welcome to it. And the only thing is, as long as you don't disown me when you've read it. Right. But everything in the book is true. Yeah. And there's lots of things. I wrote the book with the idea that anyone, if you like, that can read a book, can read it without being offended. Right. There's lots and lots more I could put in to sell the book, which is not up my channel of thinking at all. Right. I put in what happened when I was a boy, the more coarser things I've left out with respect to the readers, younger readers in particular. Yeah. But it's a true story, and that's the way I lived during the war, and I was very fortunate to survive the war.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to buy the book, any of our viewers, how do they get a copy?
Well, Hammock's bookshops, they're all over the country.
Yeah, there's one in Andover in the Chantry Centre.
There's one in Andover, yes. They're selling the books there. Okay. I've sold a lot already, and I sell a lot in Australia and in America.
And what's it called?
It's called Jim Stoodley's Private War.
Okay, and you can buy it in Hammocks.
You can buy in Hammock's bookshops, yes.
Okay, splendid. Well, it's a great story. Where are you living now, Jim?
I'm living in Liverpool. I've been there since 1952. They drummed me out of Wiltshire, so I had to head north.
You have to leave, yeah.
On the night train.
Well, welcome back. It's a fantastic story. Thanks very much for talking to us.
You are very welcome.
Thanks very much indeed.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye for you now. Thank you. Was he really? He always was a daredevil, was he?
He was a daredevil, yes, exactly, yeah. We always knew he was up to mischief somewhere.